Hello, Miss Claxton. How are you doing today?
All right, I guess.
Hello, little man. What's your name?
Can you put the phone down and answer her, please?
No.
Son, I asked you to put your phone down and answer this lady who is speaking to you.
No.
Put down the phone.
No.
Now tell her what your name is.
Connor. What's your last name, little man?
Tell her.
Hollis. Well, it's very nice to meet you both. I hope you're doing well. First off, I want to start off by saying I'm glad to be working with both of you. And I want to also say that we have confidentiality. So anything we talk about today is between just us, unless perhaps something you say like you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to hurt somebody else, anything like that, then I have to report that. That's the only thing that I would have to report. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, can you sign this for me? Just an agreement so you understand that we have a safe place to talk here. Okay, so you were referred to me in my agency. My agency is Buckhorn Family Care, and you were referred to me by the school teacher for disobedience for Mr. Connor here. He wasn't listening to the teacher very well. Do you mind telling me a little bit about why that might be?
Well, his daddy drives a truck over the road, and he's gone most of the time. So it's just me, and I have a hard time getting him to listen to me. He just does whatever he wants to do. I'm very busy trying to take care of him and everything else, and I have to work, and he's just gotten to where he just doesn't listen to anything. I think it's because his daddy's gone all the time.
So you feel that this situation is because his dad's gone and he doesn't see you as the leader of the home.
Apparently not.
Okay, well, what do you do when he doesn't listen to you? How do you react when he doesn't listen?
I usually yell at him.
Well, let's try to talk about a few things that we could do. If he's not listening to you, being disobedient, we could try a few more things than just yelling at him and make him understand, if he's not listening, why are you not listening? Let's sit him down and talk to him about what he's doing wrong so that he's understanding. Does that sound any better to you?
Yeah, I probably. I know I shouldn't yell at him so much.
Well, it's really easy to get frustrated when somebody's not listening, and especially your child, and you're trying to get a lot of things done, and things in the family are coming up, and you got a lot of things to do. I understand that completely. So, I completely understand. It's really hard.
It is hard. And when his dad comes home, he's tired, so he doesn't feel like fooling with him. Plus, he's not seen him for a week or more at a time, so he doesn't want to be the bad guy and be mean to him all the time. So it's just left up to me to do everything by myself.
Have you tried talking to his dad to see if maybe you guys can come up with a plan about how he needs to start stepping in with some discipline?
I've tried.
And how does he react with that?
He just usually just agrees with me, but nothing ever changes.
Well, then maybe we should talk about doing some goal setting some goals between the family that we can work towards, and set them with the father too. That way we'll sit down together one day when he's available, and we can talk about whenever Connor is home, that we can do certain things for his discipline, like sitting him down and talking to him, and Dad being present so that he can see that he needs to listen to both of you, and Dad needs to explain to him that you are a leader when he is gone. He needs to be responsible. So maybe we can talk about some goal setting techniques. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, I guess.
Is there anything else that's going on with you that you want to talk about?
Not really.
Well, Connor, how are you doing, buddy?
Answer her, son. Don't sit there like you can't speak.
Do you like school?
No.
You don't? Why not?
There's a bunch of work.
There's a bunch of work. Well, do you like your teacher?
Sit up straight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why aren't you listening to your teacher in school?
Because I like to play video games.
Oh, okay. Well, when we're in school, we're supposed to listen to the teacher. Why don't you listen to mommy when you get home?
I like to play video games when I get home, and I don't get to see Dad much.
He puts those darn headset earphone things on and screams at his video games for hours.
Well, maybe that's another thing we could talk about. We could talk about maybe after school we need to set aside a routine. When we set routines, it's a lot easier for kids to follow them and be more set in their ways and get into that every single day. Maybe that'll help a little bit with the disobedience. If you come home every day from school and we set, dinner time, then homework, and then we set aside just a little bit of leisure time for the video games, then maybe cutting down on that time would give a little more quality time with you. Maybe he'll see that and you guys can work together a little more. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that could probably work.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
He just needs to straighten up at school. They can't be calling me every day to leave work and come up there because he's pitching a fit about something.
Have you discussed anything with the teacher at all so far? Have you went and sat down with her and talked about anything so far?
No, I haven't had time.
Okay, well, maybe if it would make you feel a little more comfortable, we could set up a meeting. I could help initiate that meeting, and we could all sit down together. That way we could come up with a plan with the teacher about how we can, address Connor's disobedience just a little bit more. And that way maybe you're a little more comfortable in your surroundings.
Well,
Would you be okay with that?
yeah, I need to meet with her.
Well,
I've just been putting it off.
Is there a time that's actually better for you throughout the week?
Tuesdays. I'm off on Tuesdays.
What time on Tuesdays? Afternoon, morning?
Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm off on Tuesdays.
Okay, well, I'll tell the teacher that you're off on Tuesdays, and we'll initiate that meeting. That way we can maybe see what the teacher thinks about it from her point of view, and she can see your point of view. That way we can see a little bit about why the situation's occurring at home. Maybe she'll understand a little more to be a little bit more patient with Connor here and work with him and be better about working with him.
Right.
Okay, would you want Dad at that meeting? Is there any way that Dad could be at that meeting?
He might be able to get a load coming through and be able to be there.
Okay. What about this Tuesday? Do you know his work schedule for this Tuesday?
No, I don't. I'd have
Okay.
to call him and get back to you on
You
that.
can definitely get back with me on that. That's great. Okay. Well, when you get back with me on that, we'll go ahead and set up that meeting. If Dad's there, that'd be a little bit better too. That way, Dad can see from that perspective also that Connor's being disobedient at school, then he's bringing it home, and it's coming into your home life and interfering with more than just one thing in life. And that way he can start to see from your shoes, because he's really not seeing anything from your shoes. He's gone all the time, and I understand that that's, he's busy working and providing for your family, and that's a wonderful trait to have. So maybe he can see a little bit better whenever we sit all down together. So I'm going to initiate that meeting for this Tuesday, and I will definitely get back to you about that. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to talk to me about?
No, I don't think so. If he just straighten up at school and at home a little bit, we'd be doing a lot better.
Well, how do you feel about that, buddy? Do you feel like you could do a little better if we go sit with a teacher? Are you okay with that? Okay. Well, what grade are you in?
6,
You're not in the 6th grade. Tell her the truth.
3rd.
Now, is that also a problem? Does he lie often?
All the time.
Okay. Why do you lie to Mom?
to get attention, I think.
Well, do you think that lying's okay?
No.
You don't? Okay. Well, what do you do whenever he lies?
I don't know. It's according to what he lied about. I mean, sometimes I might spank him if it's serious.
Okay. Well, whenever he lies, do you ever sit down and explain to him the, what we should do about the truth and why the truth should be more prevalent?
I've tried. It doesn't seem good.
Okay, well, I think we've made some great groundwork today, and I'm really excited for our meeting on Tuesday with the teacher. I feel like that would give you a little more breathing room too also. So after that meeting on Tuesday, we can see where we're going from there. We can start talking about more of those goal setting techniques, and maybe we can get Connor's disobedience under control. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
No.
Okay, well, I guess I will see you both on Tuesday. It was very, very nice to work with you.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, little man.